Hi, thank you for tuning in. As you already know, my name is Whitney, and I just wanted to show you all that my bun is flourishing. Even though you're not going to be able to see it because my hair's cut off. Just wanted to get that out of the way. You're welcome. So I wanted to just get right into it. I want to cook with you all and make some mushroom steak and some cauliflower steak, and I want to make a few sauces, and I want to talk about some vegan cheese. And I really feel like the sauce is important because we go into these grocery stores and you can't really find a sauce that's vegan, and if it is vegan, it's full of a bunch of stuff that you literally would have to like Google to know what it is. So at least at home, making things from scratch, you are knowing exactly what it is that you're putting into your body, right? So let's start with the vegan cheese. Let's start with the foreign things, okay? And I want to start with the one that's probably the most familiar, the most popular. You go find it at like Whole Foods, Pete's Fresh Market. The cheddar style is probably my favorite. I really love the way that it can enhance the flavor in whatever it is that you put it in, depending on how you prepare it, because there is a trick to vegan cheese. Vegan Daya mozzarella. This one is just okay. You know, it's not my personal favorite, but it definitely does what it needs to do when you're making like a white cream sauce, right? So I got the Follow Your Heart vegan cheddar. And this was actually my first time trying it today, and I'm not even gonna lie, like I smelled it first because I just do things like that. And when I smelled it, like it reminded me of something I would probably like feed my cat. So that was pretty interesting, but I'm just like, I paid $5 for it, so I'm not gonna like not try it. And it was okay. It definitely gave me like some cheddar feels, but it also gave me a weird aftertaste, and I don't care for that, so I probably won't be buying that anymore. Maybe it's good if you cook with it. We won't be finding out today. I'll let y'all know, keep you posted, okay? This one is Miyoko's. It's a cream cheese, and Miyoko's is for when you are just trying to ball out of control, like you feeling fancy, you just got your taxes back or that stimulus check or whatever, and you know you feeling yourself, because Miyoko's cost, that in particular, is about $7 or $8. Okay, super delicious, tangy, creamy, all of the things. Like, love it. Goes really well in like a white sauce if you're trying to do like a gnocchi or pasta or something like that. Another one that's actually really good as well is the Follow Your Heart Parmesan. Now, I know I wasn't feeling the cheddar, but the Parmesan is delicious. And it actually has like a very natural Parmesan funk to it. Like the smell of it definitely gives me Parmesan feels. So let's just get right into the cauliflower steak because it's going to take the longest. And we've already got our oven preheated to 400. So I'm just gonna grab this cauliflower steak real quick. Okay, bam. And now we have to make our little cup of a concoction. Hold on, let me bring you in a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. You've seen my face enough. So we're gonna make our little concoction, and we're gonna do some liquid smoke. Liquid smoke is bae, but listen, you have to buy Colgan Hickory liquid smoke. None of the others compare. Do you hear me? None of the others compare. We're gonna add some grapeseed oil. Now this grapeseed oil, love it. You can actually find grapeseed oil, 100% pure grapeseed oil, at Aldi for about $3.99. The cheapest you'll find it anywhere. Make sure it's the 100% pure grapeseed oil and not the blend, okay? Because they be tricking people. We got our sea salt, okay? Our pink salt, Salt Bay. Just gonna add a little bit more salt, okay? Just so you know, I'm going to be putting this mushroom steak in the oven at the same time as the cauliflower steak. It's going to reduce the cooking time of the mushroom steak because I am hungry and I want to get some food out of the oven and into my belly right now. Okay, so we got our dried parsley. Oh yeah. I want to add a little bit of black pepper just because you definitely don't have to. And then we got, of course, our garlic powder. And then we've got herbs de Provence, which is totally optional. You don't have to use that at all. If you ain't got it, can't find it, don't want to. And we just gonna mix and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. Okay. We're gonna mix until it's a nice mixture. And then we are going to move this out of the way so you can see what the hell I'm doing. So much better. And we're just gonna brush. Brushing, brushing, brushing. Until you're just feeling so good about it and it's looking nice and sexy. And it starts to talk to you and be like, we ready. We are ready for the oven. Now listen, the cauliflower steak and the mushroom steak, I love it, but I have to tell you, if you are needing a real steak, this will not fill that void for you. So don't come up in my emails or my DMs talking about some, oh, I made that steak, but it didn't even taste like steak. Of course it doesn't taste like steak, fam. It's cauliflower. It's a vegetable. What are we doing? So we're going to pop that thing in the oven. And then we're going to move along to the mushroom steak. Now the mushroom steak is just a little more straightforward. We're gonna again grab some grapeseed oil, spritz it, spread it on that thing. We're gonna add some liquid smoke. Now liquid smoke enhances your food in such a way that you will only understand if you just do it. Okay, please go buy you some liquid smoke. I promise you, you won't be sorry. Whether you're vegan or not, liquid smoke is where it's at. It gives you that indoor flavor that you can't get outdoor because we're not supposed to be outside. And then we got our garlic powder. And we got some more herbs de Provence. I'm going to do some dried parsley. So I'm so excited that this is just going to be half the cooking time because like I said, I am hungry. So we're going to set that alarm. And now we can move along to the sauce. And I think I want to do the tomato, basil, and garlic sauce first. For no particular reason. Only because it's so fast. Like, why not? Why not just do it first? Right? So listen, if you don't have a food processor, but you have a blender, that is totally fine. And I would say, if you are going to use a blender and not a food processor, make sure you chop up your ingredients, because with a food processor, you can just throw it in and it's going to do what it's going to do. With a blender, of course, it's going to work a little bit harder. So I would definitely chop those vegetables up and save yourself some time. So we got our garlic. We got 3 garlic cloves. Now listen, if you are trying to do the most with garlic because you just love it that much, then that's what's up. Like, add some garlic. We got our basil. I honestly love garlic, but I feel like 3 cloves is more than enough for this sauce. We've got an equivalent to 3 plum tomatoes. I'm going to show you once I get it in there. And then we're going to add our sun-dried tomatoes. So look, we got our... And then we're going to add our sun-dried tomato. Now the basil and the garlic are totally optional. The sun-dried tomato, I would make that mandatory because it has a great impact on the texture of the flavor, and it really can just like make the flavor in your sauce phenomenal. All right. Boom. Now, depending on how smooth or chunky you want it, that's going to definitely depend on, it's going to determine how long you want to keep it in your food processor. And I like my sauce a little on the chunky side. So you can really smell the garlic and the basil. And I love it. And it's so chunky and so beautiful. And so flavorful because you can taste it just from smelling it. So we got our tomato sauce, right? Love it. Go ahead and season that with a little bit of sea salt to taste, or pink salt to taste. Maybe you don't need it. It's really good for pizza, for pasta. You can add a little bit of water. It's going to expand. You can keep it a little bit longer. Try freezing it. Let me know how that goes. Just going to wrench out the food processor because we need to use it one more time. Alright, now because this sauce is for me, I don't really care about a little bit of extra tomato or basil being in here. That's just me. So now we're going to go ahead and do the chimichurri. And I have the curly parsley here. We're just going to add that. Boom. And then we've got our cilantro. Going to add that. Boom. Now listen, I love cilantro and I honestly don't care for parsley, and I feel like the cilantro really helps me enjoy the chimichurri even more than I would without it. So then we got our crushed red pepper. Okay. And we're gonna add just a little bit of Salt Bae. You can add more or less. And then we're gonna also include some of that grapeseed oil. Oh yeah, let's let that go a little bit longer. I like mine smoother than chunky. Perfect. Now I'm excited. You can add some lemon juice, some fresh lemon juice if you want to. Not necessary though. Oh my God, this is so good. I'm just excited to put this on all the things. Look at that. I really hope you're making this with me and feeling what I'm feeling for this food. Oh no, I forgot the freaking garlic. Take two. So we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic. And we're gonna blend that one more time. Okay. Now we got it figured out. So now we're gonna start our cream sauce. I'm so excited because I feel like I'm getting closer to eating. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take some vegan butter. My go-to vegan butter is Earth Balance. It's soy-free. Also, all of the vegan cheese that I showed you is gluten-free and soy-free. So we're gonna wait for our pan to get nice and hot so that vegan butter can melt right on in that thing. And listen, I can't tell you if vegan butter tastes like the real thing because I don't remember what real butter actually tastes like. Oh, and the mushroom is done. And we're gonna add another 15 minutes for that cauliflower steak. You know what? Let me have my fake steak well done. I'm gonna put that in that a little bit longer. But it's looking beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna add our butter. Just let it really melt and do its thing for a little bit before we add our chopped red onion. Now, I love me some chopped red onion. I put it in just about anything unless somebody tells me not to. And I always hope that nobody ever says they don't want onion. But it'd be like that sometimes. So we're gonna add in our onion. And we're gonna cook the onion in the butter until the onion is translucent. And we've got two different flours here. I've got my chickpea flour or garbanzo flour, and it's vegan, it's alkaline, it's gluten-free, and it's cheaper than spelt flour. Spelt flour is also really good, but again, it's not gluten-free. Still alkaline, amazing for baking. I actually just did a coconut hemp chickpea pancake the other day, and it was like all kinds of fluffy in all kinds of ways, and I just loved it. All right, so these onions are looking nice and sexy. Let me give it just one more second. Now for this sauce, you can add non-dairy milk, or you can just use water, or you can use half and half. Maybe you didn't have $5 to, you know what I'm saying, go get that non-dairy milk. So if you didn't, it's okay if you want to just use water. It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to judge you. We're going to add a little bit of flour. Boom. Oh, and now I'm starting to smell the onion. Oh. When you smell onion, when you smell fresh garlic, when you smell some ginger, that's how you know there's some real cooking going on in that kitchen. I'm just saying. There's nothing that compares to those smells. All right, so we got a nice froth happening. I'm gonna add some water because I'm gonna be also adding some vegan cheese. And that's gonna give it a nice creamy texture already, so I don't need to then like use milk too. My preference is actually oat milk. The original oat milk is incredible. All right, so we got a nice little base going. I'm just gonna add a little bit of liquid smoke. I put that shit on everything. And we're gonna add in some Parmesan. And we're gonna add in some vegan cheddar. And because I'm feeling fancy, I'm also going to add my Miyokos. Only a little bit though, you know. Gotta stretch that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn that heat on low. And we're just gonna stir it and stir it. And look at how it's thickening up. Nice and perfect. Now, if you feeling like super fancy and you really trying to impress somebody, get some truffle oil and add it in here too. That's gonna make you feel very 5-star restaurant-ish. Okay. So yes, this is looking amazing. It's smelling amazing. This is great if you want to do more of like a gravy, then don't add the cheese. But this is really great for like pasta, and then you can even modify the spices and do maybe like a Cajun spice. You can do, hell, any spice that you want. It depends on what you're going for. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna add just a little salt, just a little salt bang. We're gonna add a little pepper, cause like why not? It's for me, and that's what I want. Good enough. Now you can add water or milk, or like I said, however you want to do it. If it's too thick for you, I like it nice and thick. So I don't need anything else here. Well, okay, fine. Maybe I'll add a little bit more water. Just because once it sets, it's gonna be even thicker. Look at that. Great for biscuits and gravy. Like, oh my goodness. And now we got that all done. Let's check out this mushroom, shall we? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we ready. So I love me some mushroom steak, but let me be real with you. You cannot have this expectation that it's gonna taste like a real steak, because it's just not. But I will say that if you come from eating meat, you should definitely change your perception of mushrooms, because mushrooms and meat kind of have comparable textures. So something to think about, you know what I'm saying? And then, because I'm a little greedy, we're gonna add different sauces on each of these. So I'm gonna add my chimichurri on one. And then I'm gonna add my little cream sauce on the other. Right in the pan, okay? Because we save dishes around here, quarantine or not. I'm not washing any dishes if I don't have to. So boom, look at that. Nice and sexy. ready to go on my belly. But we're gonna wait on the cauliflower, I guess. So then I could really just dig in, pig out. And let's see how it's doing. Oh, so beautiful. I actually think it's ready now. Or maybe I'm just being overly excited. Oh, it's so sexy and beautiful. And hot. Ooh, and spilling. Baking dish, where are you? All right, so check out this cauliflower. We'll take care of that later. Don't worry about that. So bam. You could hear that sizzle. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So for this, we're just gonna do the chimichurri. Okay. Just a little bit. We don't need to do the most. God, you guys wanna like try this with me? You have to. We did this together. Get this stuff out of the way. So first, I want to try the mushroom steaks. Ooh. Oh yeah. One more to go. There we go. And it's so hot, and I really don't want to do that thing where it's like I'm gonna force it and then be trying to like chew on it while it's 500 degrees in my mouth. However, it was hot. Okay. And it's fat. There's so much flavor in that mushroom steak. And that sauce, I can't even stand it. I wish that I wasn't so eager, because then I could have made some sides, perhaps. A rice, a quinoa. There's nothing like a mushroom steak for me. Nothing like it. Let's move along to this cauliflower. It's so beautiful. God, like, do I really need to knife on that? Oh, that's not right. There we go. My finger kept slipping. So, okay. Let's give this a shot. Again, this is like super hot, so we're gonna cut this down even more. Okay. We're gonna dip it. We're gonna just swirl it all up in there. I'm still team mushroom steak, but I appreciate the hell out of a good cauliflower steak. Like, cauliflower is so filling and a great source of fiber, and it's so freaking versatile. I'm ready to get carried away with this. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for all the glitches. But I hope that you were able to bear with me and get some delicious food. And you're about to smash like I am right now. Until next time.